and we're here to talk about virtual assistant stuff. Chanel is one of our 20 speakers at VA Virtuosos Summit this year, and it's at the October 25th to 29th. We'll share a link with you to get a free ticket later on to attend with Chanel's affiliate link. But what I want to do is just introduce you to some of our fabulous speakers. And I'm excited to have Chanel with us. She's going to be talking about the way to scale and serve excellently in your business. And I'll just tell you a little wee bit about her first. She's a client experience specialist. And if you don't know what that is, you're definitely going to know by the end of this session. Who is on a mission to help visionary Christians, female coaches. That's almost a tongue twister. Christian female coaches reflect Christ's love by serving their clients well while scaling their business. And what a mission. Like, that's really wonderful that you can incorporate that personal side of your life into your business too. I really love that. But Chanel, before we get going, why don't you tell us a little bit what your presentation is going to be about, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Okay, so hi everyone. As Tanya said, my presentation is titled How to Scale Your Business While Serving Your Clients Excellently. And I know a lot of times when people hear that, they immediately go, but I'm serving my clients so well, right? But there's always room for improvement. And the funny thing is that room for improvement that many people are missing in their businesses is actually a $1 billion industry, right? That if you do the right things, you're able to tap into some of that where you're getting more clients, right? Because remember the title of the conference this year is How to Get Clients, right? And at the same time, you're able to make the current clients that you have happy, so that they too can actually refer you and become repeat clients, and you're just able to just make more. So that's what I'll be talking about.
Yeah, and how wonderful is that? That's really super cool. Tell us a little bit here, Chanel, like whatever got you started in the VA business? Or it's not the VA business, you're much further past that, but you originally started looking to become a VA. And I know you came by and you bought my system, my virtual assistant career system. And months later, here you are, you're speaking live, talking about your client experience system. And that's really cool. Can you tell me a little bit how you got there and what you did?
For me is, as you said, I started out as a VA, right? I was looking to transition out of corporate after being in corporate for almost 10 years, doing this client experience thing in a different way. And when I transitioned out, well, before I transitioned out, I thought that the road for a VA was the only way I could do it because that was what I knew. Yep. And so I bought your system. And then I quickly realized that after having done this for a while, that I think there was so much more to it. And then God, and I mean, people hear me say this and people go like, what? And God woke me up like 5 o'clock one morning, and he's like, girl, there's so much more for you to do, right? And he just reminded me of all the experience that I had from corporate that was actually centered around this. And I basically took that and ran with it, right? And so that's basically how I ended up where I am today, doing client experience management for coaches. I started as a VA, then slowly transitioned my way out to actually, because I realized that there was this big gap in the market around client experience. And for me, I am all about making as big an impact as I possibly can. And I felt like this, along with God pushing me into it, was an area that had that massive gap that I could actually help to fill and help persons to just get it right, especially persons who want to scale their businesses but are concerned about ensuring that they maintain that level of client experience.
I put in the link for, hi everyone, I'm seeing you in the chat area here. That's kind of cool. I did put in a link there. If you click the link, then we can see your usernames on the comments, because you have to give us permission to see you. It's all Facebook, data and different things like that. So we have to be able to see your name. So just do that. But, and then you can ask us questions. Else we'll just use your name as anonymous, and that's okay too. But,
Just like Anonymous said.
it's great to see you guys here. And yeah, we're going to pick Chanel's brain here about, what led her to be this, which we just did, and how she got started. But first of all, before we can even figure it out, tell us what your business is all about.
Well, you did say, people will actually know what a client experience specialist is by the time we're finished, right? So client experience management is essentially actually auditing your business to understand the pain points that your clients actually have throughout your business and working with you to actually get those points addressed, so that not only are you creating great client experiences for your clients, but you're also freeing up your time, your energy, and your money with it throughout your entire business. And that's another area that a lot of people miss, because they focus on just the systems and putting in these systems without thinking that there's so much more to it, that you should actually be looking at doing processes more than anything else. And that eats into your time, your energy, and your money, which is something that VAs, right, are always trying to help business owners to get their heads around and assist with that. So that's another angle of taking it. So that's basically client experience management in a nutshell. It's all about wowing your clients.
Yeah. And you can check out her website. It's at therobeway.com if you want to dive in there and see more about what actually Chanel does. Mm-hmm. But can you give us maybe something that you would do on a session with a client? I know I'm kind of going off a little bit, but what would you do on a session with a new client as a client experience specialist?
So one of the things that my clients actually enjoy, and I actually do this really, really quickly, is what I call a social media audit, right? Okay. And a lot of people is just like, okay, what is that? But you sell by social media, and therefore you have to think there are client journeys. There's a process that your clients take in order to get to your website, whether they find you on Instagram, Facebook, etc. And so my audit is just literally walking that path and pinpointing the areas that you're actually messing up without even realizing that you're messing up, or you're just missing an opportunity. So your broken links, you send your person sign up for your newsletter, but they're not receiving anything. And even in the way that you structure your newsletter, there might be a little things off here and there. The process doesn't flow. I mean, people get lost in things. It's really amazing what you can actually find just by doing those audits. And I've actually proven this a number of times. I'm like, okay, probably I get bored of doing this. But every time you do it, it's like a whole different thing, no matter how many people you do it for. And the results that you come out of it is always so amazing. It's just like, people are just always shocked. It's just like, but I thought I had it perfect. And I'm like, well, you thought that's what you thought, but here's the actual results of what I'm showing, right? And that's it. But so that's an example of what I would actually do with my clients in just an audit perspective.
Yeah, and those audits are so important. I remember one of my first products I put up, I thought, I had beautiful funnels, I had a beautiful sales page, I had everything, but I didn't test the credit card purchase, right? So everybody loves it, and all of a sudden I've got emails full, right? It goes to a blank page when I click purchase, yes. Right? And it's like, but it's nice to have someone that can go through the whole experience for you. Exactly. And test it out, and even err on the side of judgment, like give you some other things that you might help, maybe fix the funnels or different things like that, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And imagine if you're trying to get sales and you have your calendar link plastered all over, but the link is broken. And then you're wondering why nobody is booking any calls. It's just like, hello, because the link doesn't work.
Yeah. I already asked you what your session's about at VA Virtuoso. Did I? Did I ask you what you did?
That was where we started.
It was a long day here today, and I'm thinking, because I know what it's about. But I couldn't remember if I'd asked you already what it was about, right? But
Yes.
another thing you do, like with the clients, is that you give their clients that great experience too, right? Like
Yes.
you might come on board and for a coach or something like that, right? And tell us what you could do for them, like with their system, all that good stuff. I know what you.
She knows what I do and she's excited
I
about
know what you
it.
do.
Right?
I don't want to tell her, but I want you to.
Right. So my perspective is never from the business angle, because I mean that's what the business owner is there for. I always, my audits, everything, all the work that I do is always from the client's perspective. You can actually call me your client advocate, right? And and so what Tanya is talking about in terms of the clients, aside from just auditing your business, there are two other things that I specifically do. One is a piece of your audit, and then possibly as a result of the audit, one of the areas working with coaches that they tend to need some help with is around accountability. And so I actually will actually partner with the coaches to be that accountability, that extra accountability coach for their clients, where we're just ensuring that we're keeping them on track. So your clients are actually kept on the path to success. And you're no longer just, every time you go in a session with your client, you're trying to figure, okay, what's the problem, XYZ, because I would have already had that conversation with your clients and pinpointed the areas that they are having problems with, both in your program and overall in your business, because we want to improve both, right? And so that you're able to go into those sessions and be very, very client-centric and problem-solving focused with your clients. So that's the two layers that I actually do with your clients. I interview them from a business perspective to understand their pain points throughout your business. And then if you do have that need onwards, and one of the areas that we realize that you need some assistance with is around that accountability and helping your clients to be as successful as possible in your program, then I'm also able to step in and fill that gap for you.
Yeah, and there's a lot of coaches out there that have the group coachings and stuff and different things like that. And there's a lot of you really have to dive in and keep looking after these people. And when you've got 80 people in your group coaching, it's hard for that one coach to do it all, right? So it's nice to have those second set of eyes like yours that are helping them and leading them in the directions they need to go to, and bringing the main questions to the coach themselves. That saves them a ton of time as well.
Exactly. And I think when you think about it as well from a coach perspective, you want your clients to have the best possible chance at success. And sometimes it's just the little things that you don't even think much about. For example, the fact that they don't even know how to use a particular tool that you're recommending that they use, but then they're so ashamed to even say it, right, to you in a group setting. And that's the one thing that's holding up their success. So it's nice to just have that that person that can actually do that level of probing, just to understand what are the bottlenecks, so that you're actually able to work and just work effectively with them to just get them to the success that they want to achieve.
Yeah. And so if there's any coaches out there today in the audience, you need Chanel. She would really help you with your coaching or your main coaching and everything, just even onboarding them. Wonderful niche to be into. Moni asks here, how does someone break into this niche? Is there a course for it? Maybe there will be one day if Chanel wants to do it. But she's the first client specialist experienced specialist I've ever heard of. So I'm really happy to have you on here. That's for sure.
Thank you. I don't even know how to answer that question because I feel like I've been doing it all my life, but doing it in a different way. Because for me, client experience management is a mixture of being able to do project management. I don't know if a lot of people actually know what business analysis is, and change management. It's like a combination of all three, but always keeping in mind your systems and your processes and looking at it all from a client perspective, right? So you're ensuring that the flow is I like the word flow. Like you're just ensuring everything flows from a client perspective. That's it. So I really don't even know how to answer that question, because for me, I've always done it. And I kind of don't even know how I fell into it, kind of thing. I've always done it.
Opal says, Chanel, I can hear that you're from my home country, Jamaica. Keep up the great job.
Oh, thank you, Opal. And I love when people recognize my accent. I'm a pro-Jamaican, yes.
And Mohammed said, I am looking like his grandmother.
She's a hot grandma. Leave it at that.
That's great to see you guys here. If you've got questions, just ask in here. But yeah, Chanel, pop over to her website, therobeway.com. Let me throw it up on the screen again here for you, because if you want to learn what a client experience specialist is, she's doing it. So let me move your thing out of your face there. But go check it out, because it is a great way that you upscaled very quickly in your business, from virtual assistant right up to a higher end scale, because you can charge a lot more for these experiences, for this type of work. It's very niche, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And, we all want a niche. We all want to do that 5K per month or more, 6-figure, whatever it is you want. And Chanel is definitely getting there and doing that with her client experience specialist stuff. So that's really cool. Let me see what else I got for a question. Oh, tell me who might have experienced you along the way in your journey here
I think there are two, I would say, if I think about it, there are two persons. There's a guy by the name of Steven who this year, he pushed me into going full time. I was thinking about making the leap over into my business full time, but I was hesitant about it, even though I was unhappy in corporate. And I had that one conversation with him, and let's just say I kind of like took the leap afterward. I'm like, God, we're doing this. And Tony, I remember that because it was shortly after that, probably like a month after that, I actually met her. I was less than a week out of corporate when I met Tanya, and the rest is history. And the second person who actually really pushed me into this was a former boss that I had by the name of Marcel. And Marcel encouraged me to be myself. She encouraged me to own the gifts and what I was good at, right? And so it was in me owning what I was good at and just going for it, right? That enabled me to be where I am today. So I guess I should be saying thank you to Marcel and thank you to Steven, right?
And thank you to...
And thank you to God. That's like obvious, but thank you to God, right? I took the leap and here I am today.
Speaking of which, Chanel is here today because she is one of our speakers at my conference at the end of the month, the 25th to the 29th, my VA Virtuoso Summit. And she's going to be speaking there. Here is her link. And it's her affiliate link, so please use it, because this is one way our speakers get paid for speaking with us. But if you use the coupon code Chanel20, I'm writing it into the chat area too, and probably my VA is as well. If you don't see it there, let me know, and it will show up in a few seconds. It takes a few to come up. But if you don't see it in there, let me know, okay, guys? And I will get it in there for you. But come to the summit. We've got 1 out of 20 speakers happening. 1 out of 20. Chanel is 1 out of 20 speakers happening. They're awesome speakers. That's a free ticket for you to get into, attend them all live. So it's a full week of training, 20 hours of training inside out. If you want to upgrade, I encourage you to do that too, because we've got a cool swag bag worth $5,000. Plus you get the recordings. It is hard to stay. But if you're brand new and you got nothing else to do, just come on the free ticket, right? Because it'll be a week of education for you. And so many VAs have started. It's for brand new VAs and veteran VAs. Okay, don't there's something for everyone there. The new VAs, you'll just become overwhelmed and inspired from it all, because you'll be thinking, oh my goodness, I didn't know
So
there was
much,
so much
yes.
opportunity that I could do, right? And that's how you leave feeling like, wow, this is a great industry to be in. And our seasoned VAs, well, they just pick up all kinds of marketing tips. It's all about finding clients. And Chanel is one of our speakers. She's going to be talking about the client experience. She's a client experience specialist. And pop over to the website and see what it's all about. I can tell you a little bit about it. Her presentation is going to be centered around the client experience management, and it's going to seek to show attendees that they can get more clients and, listen, scale your business. That scale means make more money by delighting their current clients and leads. And just come to her session. You won't want to miss it.
You don't want to.
Yeah, it's going to be really awesome. We're at the bottom of the hour here. I know we started a couple of minutes late, but hey, Chanel, do you have any nugget or piece of advice for someone maybe that wants to be a client specialist, experience specialist, or just wants to, scale into their business and niche themselves? What would that be?
I think I'll say two things, and I'll take one from the perspective of somebody who wants to become a client experience specialist or want to check out what's going on there. Start by thinking about the client, right? That's where I start. Your emphasis should be on the client, because client experience management is always about wowing your clients, right? So that's a piece of nugget there. Come to my session, we'll be talking more about that. And for somebody looking to hire a client experience specialist, I would say start now. Right? I think a lot of times people wait until they're at a certain level in their business before starting to think that, oh my God, my processes and my systems and so forth can be a lot better than they actually are, or my client experience can actually wait because it's small. But the thing is, the more you scale, is the more those gaps become obvious and the more unhappy you make your clients, which is not a good formula when you think about it. 1 + 1, bad systems, unhappy clients mean money lost, right? That's what it equals. That's the equation there. So you should actually be looking at ensuring that you're able to stabilize your client experiences as you scale. Right. And even before you start taking too much clients to the point where you're actually bringing in other people into your business and adding on too many systems, etc. Right. Because the more you add on to a bad foundation is the worse it gets.
Very good. That's very wise. Your foundation is crucial. And you need to know who your clients are, because you know exactly who your client is. Who's your client, Chanel?
My clients are visionary Christian female coaches, a tongue twister.
Not really. Tongue twisters for me. But no, I'm thrilled to have you with us and network with us all week, October 25th to 29th. Grab a ticket in the chat area. You can get a free silver ticket using Chanel's code. And Chanel, I'm so thrilled you're speaking with us. Thanks for sharing this new niche. It's kind of exciting on how to find clients. So yeah, it's going to be good.
Thank you, Sonia. And it's going to be good. Guys, even I'm going to be there for all 20, because I'm looking at everybody who'll be talking and I'm like, oh my God, this sounds interesting. This sounds interesting. So I'm popping up. So don't miss it. It's going to be a very, very informative week. You will walk away with a whole lot. And of course, if you're around, feel free to pop in and say hi to me on Facebook. During the conference, feel free to pop out and say hi to me. I'll be around as well.
Yes. And yeah, it's just going to be great. 20 speakers, 20th season. I've done this 20 times now. So it must be good, guys, if someone's doing it 20 times now. So don't miss it. We'll see you all there. And thanks, Chanel, for speaking with us today. Love you.
Thank you for having me.